because I'm like, well, just as long as I get there safe, like I really don't care. Like,
well, that's what submission is. That's what submission is that you.
Down that I think everybody is at some point deserving to receive love and to be even into marriage if they do aspire for marriage.
I believe that society shapes how we view things and how we look at things in our life.
Make your own bed. That's basically what Kevin Samuels is saying. His delivery is what people kind of throws people off. But basically,
aggressive or like violent, like where I think toxic masculinity is
no offense to men, that they also get this idea that, you know, women are just going to take care of them and everything is going to be like easy.
A domestic violence shelter, and he brought her up to be, you know, a $25,000.
Hell yeah, you need to judge in dating. It is what it is. You know, you can't not judge people just because you feel bad about it. Like, you need to know.
As much as I love my daughter, there are some harsh realities and some things that her mother and I teach her in order to help her to understand. And
like, I'm sure everyone knows a woman that, you know, had sex all the time.
What's going on? Welcome back to CKQ Podcast. I'm your host, Clement. And do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this. We go live every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for our 2-hour show. And we got our panelist. We got Chris.
hey everyone, I'm Chris, the Roaming Ebony. You can find me here on YouTube. And if not on my channel, you can find me here on the CKQ podcast. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for Mr. Clement there. And let's get this going. I'm excited.
Awesome. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
The sun came out today.
The sun came out? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget. We're in different time zones.
Oh, yes. The sun is still up and it came out today.
It left my area and came to you. So
look at that.
I high-fived it for you.
Hi, Timaje.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Yeah, my back is feeling a little bit better. Slowly going back into boxing again. And possibly my fight again on the 29th, maybe, if my back permits. But yeah, that's the goal right now. But we got 3 married ladies. Hey, people. Well, that's on this side, on this screen. There she is.
Hello.
All right. So, Chris, we're going to start off with a reaction first. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. I don't know if you're ready for this one.
Probably not.
Let me see. What's the name of that one? Okay.
Are you wearing a robe or is it like a velvet like jacket?
No, that's a robe.
It looks very cozy.
It's very, absolutely. Okay. So we're doing a reaction from 8 at the Table. I do love a lot of their content. They do some great stuff. And my boy Rico over here, he's always spitting some great facts. So let's start off with that reaction. Fair use.
Get the food, and I'm not gonna go get the food. Where's the balance gonna be at? Because if I choose to get the food, I'm not looked at as the same type of man. Now, I'm saying this from a standpoint of I was on my own for a long time. So I cook, I clean, I do all the things that I'm saying that most men don't do, right? But I can't base myself upon them. Most men don't cook. Most men don't clean. Most men don't do the things that I do. Who's going to do that if you're bossy and we got kids and you not picking up food and I'm not doing it neither? and you tired, and so am I. What's gonna happen?
My question to you is, why is it an issue for you to do that as well as like your girl? Like for you to like do like, you know, making food and stuff like that for the house.
I'm working too. I'm bossed up too.
But you were just saying that it makes basically the way you were phrasing it was like you basically saying like it makes it like you like less of a man or something like to like do
That's
that.
how society deems them as less of a man. Like I said to you, if you make the money, right? And I say, yo, I'm not gonna go to work. I'm gonna take care of the home. You make $1 million. I'm gonna take care of the home.
Let's stop it right there. I want to ask you real quick. What's your thoughts on that? Like a man actually just being more of a home taker? Because I know you're more of a traditionalist. So that's not something you believe in.
I wouldn't use those words. I think if it works for that couple, do it. I'm not like I wouldn't tell someone like you have to live like this. Okay. But from what I've seen, it doesn't work. Someone like the wife wishes that he was the one going to work and she was the one at home. So like even though it may seem fine, from what I've heard, when the couples reverse back to their roles, when she's at home and he's at work, they argue less. She's happier. She's less stressed. She feels less guilty because she's actually with her kids versus working for someone else, whatever, right? Leaving her child and daycare or wherever it may be. The couple is happier in general. I don't know. Well, I have an idea of what it is because I've been trying to figure this out for a couple of years now, but it's not that I don't believe in it.
A little bit.
Yeah, so the idea and the misconception is that women like me are saying that you should never work as a woman, and that's not at all what we're saying. Like, go to work, but I think what should happen is you shouldn't have to work. Like, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your time at home with your kids or being a homemaker to work. Like, if you should be able to say, okay, I can quit my job and rely on him completely if I need to. Like, you have to have that in the back of your head. And when you don't, that sacrifice, eventually you're going to start just boosting too much testosterone. Like, it just ties back to hormones. When you are working because you have to make money, because you have people depending on you, right? Instead of you depending on someone else, which as a woman, you need that estrogen, and dependence is a big part of that. You're going to then start building testosterone, and too much of that in a woman, and emphasis on too much, right? We have testosterone as a woman, but you don't want too much of it, or you'll start getting depressed and overwhelmed and stressed. And personally, I think that's why the divorce initiation rate amongst women is so high, because I think once that switch happened in the household, I think it just skyrocketed because women got so unhappy and so resentful. Because I don't think that they like that life that they fought for. And I don't think the men really like it either, because men need that sense of accomplishment.
I mean, I'll on behalf of the men, I would say we don't really care. Like, I am someone that enjoys being able to do. So it does feel weird if someone is doing for me.
Yes.
But I would say there are men out there. I would say actually a decent majority of men just don't really care though. If she is able to do, if she's able to even carry more.
Well, that's not getting me back. So it's not that the man cares if she can do. It's can the man but would the man be better in the position of doing most of the doing? You guys can both do together. You guys can both work at the same time. Mm-hmm. But do men get the same fulfillment from nurturing and homemaking as women do? Or do men benefit more from that sense of earning the money to become more independent, right? And then having people depend on them, feeling needed from people that they love, right? I think that's kind of what men look forward to, just knowing that the people that they love them, that they're providing this life for their family. And when you don't feel like if you don't feel like you're doing that to your fullest potential, you may start to feel depressed. You may not feel useful in your relationship.
Okay.
I don't think most men care if their women work. I think there's a very small percentage of men online right now who are like, she should never work. But I don't think most men really care. So I agree with you there.
I think it's probably the level of, we'll talk more about it.
Okay.
Fair use.
Home, everything is cool. You know I'm not looked at the same way. You know your girlfriends or your corporate people are going to look at me and say, well, what does your man do? What does your husband do? Your kid's father do? Oh, he's chilling. I make $1 million, so what? He's not doing nothing? That's not acceptable. But for a woman, it totally is. If I'm making the M, she better not go to work. She need to be thinking about how I'm going to make 10 M's. I don't need you to go to work. I'm going to pay the bills. I'm going to do this. It don't make no sense for us to be doing this. We need to be trying to build. How are we going to build if we're all out there running like a savage and not taking care of home? So
you will want your woman to stay home and not work?
If I had enough money, yes. Why not? I don't want my kids to work if I got enough money. I'm not on that type of time. If I'm making this bread and I got this bread, let's all be comfortable. What about comfort? What about quality of life? See, people are losing themselves in this money. Quality of life is a big deal. You can make a lot of money and die fast, stress. I've seen it all the time. What about quality of life? Every boss bitch is not talking to anybody about quality of life.
I don't think there's no boss bitch. Women with money are not a boss. And that's what they need to understand. They're a woman with money. That's it. No, because like here's the thing. I'm listening, and all I hear is, see, a boss gets all the jobs done.
What are your thoughts about that real quick? Before I continue.
Okay. So on the boss chick part,
because that is my favorite part.
She got triggered. I don't understand why she got so triggered. I don't understand.
You got triggered?
The girl?
Yeah.
Triggered?
Yeah.
I don't really understand the obsession with being a boss chick. And, I think I was listening to another channel yesterday, and they're saying they're like arguing about being called a queen and like just these titles. Like people, they just get so weird about it. So I want to hear what he has to say. I don't have too many thoughts now, other than I don't understand how. Like, why is that triggering you? I don't get it.
Well, what do you think about what he said though? Like a man with money is a boss, but a woman with money is just a woman with money. Like women can't be bosses.
I disagree with his definition of what a boss is. He was like, because bosses do all the jobs. But do I think women? I guess I agree. Because to be honest, if I had money, and even if I was running multiple businesses, I don't think I would ever refer to myself as a boss chick. I would just be, a well-off woman. So I guess maybe I agree, but I don't know. I'm not the right person to ask that question because it really doesn't faze me at all that he said it. Like,
okay.
When he asked me about it, it went right over my head.
If you're listening now, write down in the comment section what you think. Okay. Click the link at the top of the chat box. There's a link at the top of the chat. You click it, and it'll ask you if you want to enter with audio and video, and just click no video. But while she's figuring that out, because that's probably going to take some time, we're going to go back to this video because I do love his explanation for this.
Okay, I'm excited to hear it. That's what I need to hear.
Okay. Fair use. Fair use.
That's what a boss is. A boss doesn't say, I'm tired, I can't do this job today. I'm tired, I can't do that job today. A boss gets all the jobs done. So if you, just because you got money, you need to understand that you're not a boss bitch, you're a woman with money. And there's a big difference. So I feel like this is what happens. We got a lot of women trying to get money, and this is going back to what I kind of said like a couple minutes ago or whatever. There is a certain sense of selfishness that is like natural for women. I don't get it. Because a man makes so much money to be a boss man, and by a boss man, he makes as much money as he can to take care of his house, to take care of his wife, to take care of his kids, to make sure everybody's doing well, to in all levels and aspects.
Make sure they're fed. Make sure they're fed.
Make sure they're fed. Mm-hmm. And here's the crazy thing, right? I'm just trying to figure out. And I'm gonna give you like a real situation. It just happened yesterday.
Okay.
So now my girl is now working more than she's ever been working in the last 14 months, right?
Okay.
And she did a lot. I watched the kids from 9 to 3. I had a babysitter. I got a babysitter come at 3 o'clock so then I could go to my office, or 2 o'clock, so I could go to my office so then I could do my interviews. After I did my interviews, I handled some work. I paid some bills for the month coming up. Then after all of that, I went to the gym. I got back home. It was like 8, 9 o'clock. She got off of work at 5 o'clock. She got home by 5:30. And I said, yo, like, you didn't cook? What's up with this? Like, why didn't you cook? And she said, well, I was kind of tired. You know, I said, whoa. I watched the kids. I did everything that you do as well as doing what you're currently doing. All this time over the last year and some change, I've never made an excuse to not deliver. I've never made an excuse to not deliver. No matter if I was tired, no matter if I was sore, whatever the case may be, I always found a way to deliver whatever we needed for you, for her, and for him. You want to fulfill your purpose by being a boss, right? But now you're lacking home.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to...
Thoughts?
Yeah. If I heard what he said correctly, I think I agree. I used to make this point that women are selfish servants and men are selfless servants. Women do, but kind of like they do. Sorry, am I echoing?
No, you're good.
Okay. They do things kind of like I don't want to say always, but most of the time kind of to get something in return, or most kind of get things in return. And I think men are more so like they'll sacrifice their body to give and give and give, right? But women, we get depleted, and then we have to do something for ourselves before we can start giving again, right? So when he said, you can be, like, you're not a boss if at some point you're like, oh, I don't want to do that because I'm too tired. And that's kind of how the feminine is. Like, you do it not because you have to, you do it because you want to. The feminine is super flexible. It doesn't really have structure. And so women often fight that. Like, so yeah, I guess he's more right than he is wrong. Like, I agree with him. I'm gonna get eaten alive. Oh my goodness. I've already been excommunicated from the modern women community, but now this is it.
I really like that point, like that he made, where it's kind of like he really broke it down. Like, all right, a man makes all this money so that he take care of everything, and that's what makes him a boss. A boss takes care of every single little thing. He takes care of the kids, takes care of his house, takes care of all his bills, takes care of all of her bills and her. Versus if she makes all that money, she needs a guy to still make all that money to still take care of her. She's not trying to make anything. So it's like, why do you call yourself a boss chick? Why do you call yourself a boss babe when you're not really trying to take care of anyone but yourself. It's like, why do you have all that money when you're only just trying to take care of yourself? But doctor,
you ain't a boss. What's happening?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I like this conversation.
Yeah. Yikes. So women can't be a boss and have that status? I'm confused. Yeah, women aren't bosses. There's no such thing as a woman boss. There's a woman with money.
Yep.
Okay. Men are bosses. We know how to run. We know how to run shit. But women, they just get a lot of money. That's all they get. That's all they ever get. What do you think, John?
Of course, I agree.
We're gonna
just because you make a lot of money, you're a woman. You don't make you a boss, shit, bro. You can't be a boss because you're not willing to break bread and take care of your people. You're willing to take care of your child. You're not willing to take care of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Your bills. If you want to be a boss woman, this is what you would have to do. You would have to take care of his bills, your bills, all the children's needs, and everything like that. And the woman would say, well, no, that's the man's job. Right. So you're not the boss. I don't know no countries a woman run. Not one. Somebody help me out on that.
Yeah, I'm not. Chris?
What country is a woman the president of? I know it's a female. I know that there's a queen of England.
Of England, yeah.
But she don't run the country. Her prince does. He advises her. He tells her what to say. And he runs the country through her power. I think it was a female prime minister.
Come on, Unique. We need more than just this. We need
come
more
on, bro. I mean, just because, bro, listen, Yannick, come on, man. Stop being such an advocate for women, bro. Women ain't made for this. Stop thinking they are, bro. Stop it. They ain't made for this. You understand? They're just not made for this. Golly, dude. A woman is not designed to do none of that. They just not. They ain't made for it. And what countries are there women presidents? I just want to know. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just not saying I don't know where they at. Where they at? What countries in Africa are there women presidents? And why is it such a secret?
And one anomaly doesn't make the majority. Think about that.
Exactly.
Definitely not 50-50. Probably really small.
I don't care if you knew two women who ran two countries successfully. That's those two women, period. That don't mean you can go get a whole group of women and go run a country. There's a reason women ain't in charge of no countries across the board. It ain't got nothing to do with an unfair society. It's just the way it is. Because it's like that in every country.
What I think is crazy is that we fight and we argue about things that we don't want. Like women be like, oh, I can run my household, I can pay all the bills. But do you want to? And how long do you want to do it for? This man, he vowed to do this till the day he dies. He vowed to work and take care of you till the day he dies. I don't think you made that same vow. I don't think you did. Like, do you want to have all that weight on your shoulders? I don't think you do.
No, and they're not built for it. When a woman starts taking on that role of a man, right? She completely changed. Completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
Her attitude changed. She gets more aggressive. She becomes less sexual. Does not want to. So here's the thing. If you look at the women who say they run the house, right? They run the marriage, not just the house, because I think the woman should run the house. The man knows he's the king of the castle, but the woman runs the house. That's the way I was raised. The woman runs the house. I enforce her policy. Hey, man, take your damn feet off that table. My wife don't like that. Hey, Take your shoes off at the door. My wife just vacuumed this motherfucker. Take your damn shoes off, put them over there. My bad, bro. I know it's your bad. Take them off. We enforce that. But when you talking about she run the marriage, if a woman runs the marriage, this man has not had sex in the last 6 months. For a fact. He ain't had sex in the last 6 months. He sit over there like he feels like he is really worthless. And she is hyper aggressive towards him. And she ignores a lot of his needs and goes on with whatever she wants to do. That's what I call a loose cannon. And I don't call that a marriage. Because y'all are not together. She's doing something that makes her feel good about herself. You're just taking it because you don't feel good about yourself. You don't believe you can find anybody better who would treat you better.
And that's the entire point of the video.
Or one more, or you would much rather do something that don't involve her, and you don't mind her going off and doing whatever because you don't have to hear her fucking mouth. I'm just saying. Chase, open that door up.
It's just toxic. But let's watch a little bit more of this. Fair use.
To do this, you have two choices. You can do everything the same way that or take into consideration of everything, I should say, the same way that I do, or you can just stay at home. And I think that a lot of women don't want to take on all the roles and put the boss title on. They only want to do what they want to do. All right, go ahead.
But they put the boss title on as soon as they get a check.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not a boss.
I know, but listen.
I could pay $1 million.
Perception is reality. Yeah. So if all of these women are walking around saying, "Oh, you got a paycheck and you a boss," they're all gonna think that they're a boss, and they're all gonna be alone as boss.
So what do you say to the women who are single mothers and doing it by themselves? Everything.
Okay, that's a whole nother subject, but I would
keep it in a relationship.
But I'm saying, like, coming from being a single mother, then being in a relationship, you're used to getting everything done, not looking for a man to feed your kids, making sure the lights are on, the bills are paid.
But you know what happens?
Making the house is right.
But you know what? But you know what goes down when that boss mom, a single mother gets a man? All that stuff is his responsibility now.
That's not true.
That's
not true. A lot of women, they are hesitant to be with men because they do not want to have a man to take on that role in their life as a father.
Superior.
Yeah, not even being a superior, but to like rely on someone. A lot of them are very independent.
A lot of women, and that's the problem. You know, all I hear is there's women who are willing to sacrifice everything to make sure the family is straight, which I'm not shaming anybody because I get it. And then we have women that are the bosses and make sure that a man is never above them. And so they have to keep working even when work is not necessary. I'm never hearing a middle ground. I don't hear of a middle ground. I'm not hearing of a woman who is able to sacrifice some things and then push away her pride for some other things. It's either she wants everything or she's going to work for everything.
Herself, yeah.
And I'm like, well, why can't you just have some type of balance? Men are demanded to have a balance. And it's so hard for a man to have a balance with everything that he has to do and take into consideration for his family, right? When I am a product of, I would say, a boss single mother, right? And I've bragged about her because when I look at women today, I get so much more gratitude in my mom that she didn't take that easy way out, right? But as a boss woman, as a boss single parent, my mom struggles with men too. Because you know why? She's so adamant on doing everything by herself. She's so used to doing everything by herself and being in control.
Or her way. I'm about to say, or her way.
And being in control that she cannot discontrol. You know what I'm saying? And when you can't discontrol, I don't care what man, like women think that dating a beta or a weak man is ideal until she had enough of walking all over and telling him what to do. But then at the same time, those same boss women, single moms that are boss women, I'm saying, right, can't also dish some of the control that she's used to having. Because being a boss, like I'm a boss of my companies, right? I can't imagine working for somebody else.
Yeah, because once you have that position, it's kind of like, how can you step down?
Thoughts, Chris? You going crazy over there?
You broke that down so well. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I think it was very well said.
No, speak on it. Speak on it. Speak your mind.
There's a lot there. So he mentioned single women and how difficult it is for them to relinquish control, right? Because they were in that survival mode for so long that when someone does come along, it's really hard to trust them to do all these things that you were doing. You may think that you can do it better than them, you can do it faster than them, that they won't get it done the way that you need it to be done. It's just hard for you to trust someone else again, right? And when it comes to that sense of independence, it's really it's like you've been trained to forget who you were supposed to be as a dependent woman for so long that it's really hard to relearn it, and it doesn't feel natural because it requires you to feel safe and secure under someone else's protection, and that's really difficult to do. But yeah, there's so many things. I wish I don't have my notes. I wasn't taking notes, so there's probably things that I'm missing. I just think he said it very, very well. Yeah.
I definitely agree. Like, but first, how you doing, Danielle? I like everything that he's saying. Hold on. You can actually go ahead. You guys can actually talk about that. Let me respond to this really quickly.
I forgot what I was wrong about.
Well, that
I'm gonna be wrong about all of this because I don't agree with it.
Danielle, what do you think of what you just heard?
I never respond to stuff like this well because I only know my perspective. And my perspective never fits what females or males typically do. I'm typically like in the middle so that everybody can get what they want. So I don't. When that conversation come up, it's like, okay, well, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Make sure everybody got what they need. But I also have a career that I work when I want.
Okay.
My husband pays all the bills. Whatever everybody need, I do. Whatever I need, I do. I contribute to the family because since I work and I make a decent amount of money, I can't just make that money and not do anything with it. But it's not required. Like, I don't know. I don't know any life other than my life. And I was actually just telling one of my friends, like, I think like people be calling me spoiled and I don't be agreeing with them because like when I think of spoiled is like you getting something that you don't deserve. And the life that I live, I deserve the life that I live. All the life that I have lived, I've deserved. So I've never felt spoiled, but maybe I just live a blessed life and I am spoiled compared to what everybody else gets. I don't know, but I don't do well with stuff like this because I just, even though I'm emotional like a female, I'm logical. I like peace. So I'm going to find a way for everybody to get what they want.
Which is good. Because the whole idea behind this video, which Rico was saying, was that men make money and they're bosses. But when women make money, they're just women with money. They're not bosses. Because
well, I mean, for me, a woman boss, just because I'm a woman boss, because I'm definitely a boss, But I'm a boss because I'm just a natural leader. When I step in the room, I take up room without saying anything. You know what I'm saying? When I'm at work, I'm actually a boss. So being a boss female don't have to mean that I'm a boss female at home. Why would I be a boss at home? But when I step outside this home, I'm definitely a boss. And everybody know it.
So you think it's something you just flip on and off kind of thing?
Yeah, because it's a time and a place for everything. I have no reason to be a boss in my home. That position is filled.
Okay.
When I come home, I feel
that was slick. That was slick. I think that was about the best. I done heard of that. That makes real good sense. I never think of it like that.
Yeah. Because most of the time what I'm hearing is that I'm a boss, but that also carries over into relationships. And most of those boss chicks, those boss babes, are single because
But
they
you
don't.
know, but that's Danielle Clement. Like she gonna think different than everybody else. It's
Yeah.
different.
I don't think that's necessarily thinking differently. What she said was logical. It aligns perfectly with what I've heard from psychologists. That's how femininity works. Like that masculine is already present, right? So if you come in, you're also masculine. You're going to compete with the masculine that's already there. You guys can't both be the leaders. It doesn't work that way. So it's logical. It's a logical way to look at it, and it's nice to hear it from her because she's living it. So she's applying it. Right? Reading it is completely different than actually living it. So it's nice to hear it that way.
I like the way she positioned it when she said that role is already that position is already filled. Like that was a boss statement. Say it like a boss.
All right, let's finish up this. Well, we're gonna keep watching this a little more in this video. Fair use, fair use.
But you know what? I read something a couple weeks ago or last week, and it said that power corrupts all. So all these women and men that strive for so much power, you all to do what? To taint your views and potentially, and women don't understand that either, right? See, men understand that because we've watched men become tainted with power. I've watched them. I'm pretty sure Esther watched them.
I was tainted with power.
Like we probably experienced it ourselves, but women never really experienced it or seen it to this magnitude. So we're watching a bunch of boss, single ladies, independent women that will be independent forever.
And this is their first time, and this is women's first time around with this.
Yep.
This is all brand, this boss bitch women power thing. This is all brand new. And when we say brand new, within the last 10 years is brand new for society.
More
there
like
was
100.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
What so you think that boss bitches was a trend 20 years ago?
We don't work as hard as men. We take time to learn and love ourselves. And so having the time to be by yourself and be like, okay, well, I don't work well doing this and I don't like working for someone else. It's just a time, self-discovery. Yeah, like that's my best way I know how to explain it. Like me personally, like before the pandemic, I used to work every 3 period. I was a manager. But I'm like, I can't work for anybody else. And so that's why I do everything I do now.
Yeah, but like, see, me and Esther, it's like, this with me and Esther different. I like when, but this could just be something because I've watched, right, from the girl.
I know
I like when I need my lady to work or to do something.
It gets on my nerves.
Right, so this is where we're different.
No, so I see.
We're different on that department, but at the same time, for me personally, right, I'm not doing anything even when I'm extremely well off. I feel like I just feel like I'm decomposing, right? Like even water, which is the most precious thing in this world, right? Because it's the only thing you can't destroy. If water stays in the same spot and never moves and becomes stagnant, even water will go bad, water is the only thing in this earth that is indestructible. You can't destroy water. turns to air, it'll turn to ice. It'll eventually get back to its natural state of being water. If water stays in the same spot and becomes stagnant, water will go bad. So I understand, like me, I want my lady to do something that's fulfilling for her, which is still technically work in some regards.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she has to go clock in and work 9 to 5. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, if you think that saving children with autism or you know, contributing to whatever it is that you want to contribute to, you can work towards that, and I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? If it earns money, cool, which it should earn money, because you're not just gonna be spending my money like that.
What do you think of that?
He fucked it up right at the end. He fucked it up right at the end.
Right at the end, right?
Yep, right at the end, bro. But it's not how this concept has been, this whole fucking movement idea is so elementary at its core, but yet complex. And it just befuddles me to listen to the conversation centered around it. Because at the end of the day, know who you are as a person, know what you want, and date that woman who's gonna be naturally consistent with what you want. Stop trying to get every woman to fit in this mold, because they're not. That's why you get a lot of pushback. If a woman thinks that she can do this and that, let her think that. But it's yet to be a woman prove that they can. These motherfuckers is going to see shrinks, going to see psychologists, therapists, because why nobody chose me. Nigga, people tried to tell you why ain't nobody picking you, because you act like a fucking man. You move like a man. And I'm sorry, maybe a gay man might find you attractive or some shit, but you know, a regular heterosexual man who's a manly man, them nigga ain't gonna find you attractive. Nigga, he feel like he want to compete with your ass. So no. So know who you are and what you want, and find a woman like that. And if you're a woman, find a man like that. So if you masculine as hell, go the whole way. Start asking niggas out on dates. But just know you gotta ask a very specific type nigga out on dates. And that's gonna be a nigga who is kind of soft, probably ain't got a whole lot going for himself. Cause he's gonna say yes to you. He's gonna go all the way. He'll even be a house husband if that's what you want. But for you to want like a man, that ain't gonna happen.
Do you think that's because, well, I mean partially. Because the way I looked at it, I think he does really believe that, because he grew up with a single mom who was a boss chick. So
he
now
believes what?
He believes that like women should be working that hard, because
of course, because he grew up and his mom worked that hard. He's gonna hold that woman to a standard just like his mom. He's gonna expect her to go above and beyond just like his mom. All of that. Because boys marry their moms and women marry men who are like their father. Of course he's gonna. And notice what else that you can know. If I ain't know nothing about him, his final statement let me know he was raised by a woman. When he said, you ain't gonna be spending my money like that. Nigga, when you say I do, you no longer have your money. That is your money. Hers money is just why you better pick right. Better be careful. Stop picking these motherfucking these undercover thoughts, these Instagram models, and start picking regular fucking women. Women who fit to what you want, and be very selective, because that's y'all money. Y'all, her money is your money is her money. That's the way that shit works. When you start getting into that my money, his money shit, y'all ain't married, bro. Y'all, what are y'all? Y'all married on paper. Your finances not even together. What the fuck you mean? How you gonna try to get me to believe y'all move like a well-oiled machine? Crazy as hell. This just like the offense, the running back got to play that he want to run, and the quarterback got to fucking play that he want to run. Wonder how that would turn out. When the running back should be blocking, what did he say? Believing in absolutes, the woman should only stay in a one road. Such BS. Life like people are gray, not black and white. Well, tell that to all the tests y'all need.
But I think it's a lot more. It's
bro, women have roles, men have roles. I don't want to hear all that. Men have roles, women have roles. Is that you never gonna get me to believe it's anything any else?
There are people that can live in outside of that, but it's very small percentages.
But the relationship don't work. When they get into a relationship with somebody, the shit fails.
It's gonna fail. Chances are
it's gonna fail because you crossing over lines.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You crossing lines, bro. Always think about a team. You play football or sports, right?
Correct.
Okay. You tell me how the hell would that work? If the quarterback tried to be the fucking running back and the offensive lineman, how would that work?
I seen a quarterback try to make a tackle and broke his finger once.
Because he ain't built to do that. That's what I'm saying. You can talk about what role you want to be in all you want to. If you're not built for the role, you're not built for the role. A man is not built to nurture children. They ain't built for it. Just because you see a man feed a child, that don't mean that he wants to do it. He's not going to have the other shit to come along with, the patience, the understanding. He's just not that kind of a nurturer. But then you see a woman talking about, well, I can do this, I can do that. Yeah, but you ain't much of a protector. You're only a provider. But what else can you provide? You're supposed to provide knowledge. And most of the times when a boy is raised in a single mom home, you're not giving him what he needs to be a successful man. So what are you providing? You're providing basic needs. That's what you can do. Because you're operating outside your role. Because you're not built for that. You're not built for those tough conversations. You don't understand what he's going through because you never went through it. That's why it takes a man and a woman to raise children. Boys and girls.
Yeah.
Girls display neurotic behavior when the absence of the dad went throughout her life. And boys display neurotic behavior when the father is absent. If women were made to be single moms, they would be like a plant, asexual. She would have a pistil and a stamen and impregnate herself. But they don't. So they're not. Period.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that to an extent. Because I still think there's outliers, all right? There's outliers everywhere. I'm saying if 98% of people fall into that, there's still that 2%.
Yep. There's always outliers.
Correct. And
there's always outliers.
Outliers, but the majority of us, because I'm responding to Unique, the majority of us fall into the black and white, not into the gray area.
Yep. Because, like, you can say, for instance, me, right? I was raised by a single mom, right?
Okay.
What you see was not a result of her. The toxic part of me is a result of her. The part, a lot of it that I've gotten rid of. When I was 17, I thought I might have been gay because I was weaker than most of the boys. I did not have the same grit as other boys. I didn't know the same shit as other boys. I felt inferior to them. That's why I chose the route in life that I chose. That's why I chose the more dangerous assignments. I wanted to prove to myself that I was a man's man. So once I got in the military and I was around other guys and my body was starting to build up and I found out that I was just as gritty, that I had skills like them and I could get down with them. Then I found out that some of them weren't even on my level. A lot weren't. That's when my mind shifted. I didn't have a father benchmark. I didn't have nothing to base nothing up off of. Yeah, I had a stepdad, but I mean, I was 15 when he came around. I've been raised by two women this whole time. So I was a lot more passive than the average dude. A lot more. Other little boys, they had their dads. Rough and tumble is a thing. Doing that shit with your boys is a thing. It is a much needed thing. You understand? Like a boy don't need a whole lot of affection and knowledge from his mom. He needs to have some. She needs to provide that balance when dad's done got at that ass. But for the most part, be with your daddy. Don't hang around dad. Don't hang up under him. And if you're a woman with a dude, you got a son with him, and you think that's a bad thing, why the fuck you sleep with him? Why you have sex with him? What? That speaks more to you. You can't bash him like that. Why should you? You slept with him. You got them for him. Something you liked about him. And if he's got good qualities, good. Go send your damn son over there so he can get them good qualities. You ain't gonna give them to him. And you loving on him and doing all this extra, that ain't gonna give him nothing. But it teaches him how to be compassionate. It lets him know that you love him. That's good. It holds down that hyper aggressiveness. That's good. He needs to be with dad. He needs to be with dad. Ain't shit wrong with that. Just like a girl, dad, you can love her all you want to, protect her all you want to, be a good example as to what she should try to look for in a man. But go be with her mom. She needs to see how her mom moves, because it's a reason you chose that woman. So you want your daughter to have those traits that she had. Let your damn wife raise that daughter. Stay the fuck out her way. Support her. Women, stay the fuck out the man's way when he raising that son. When he do something that you don't like, you cannot like it, but shut the fuck up.
You cannot. Yeah.
That nigga ain't gonna kill that boy. He know what the fuck that boy need. You stay out of it. Ain't your business what he got going on with him.
Biological men and women are different physically, but everything else is great to me.
Yeah, until you got an intruder that breaking this motherfucker.
Nah, yeah, that's. I think that mindset is why the state of the
Man,
world is.
Mindset is the reason why the state of the mind it is. And every time you see the shit, right? Ask yourself, is that thought really working for me? Like, is it really working for me? And just be honest with yourself. Like, if me thinking like this, does it really work for me? Is it really working?
Like that? Oh, everyone can do everything. Everyone could do anything.
Man, everyone can't do shit.
Like women in the military?
Bro, listen. Only 1% of the fucking women in the military are about that life. 1%. And I hope it's some out here watching, because I know the fucking truth. I know how to test the skill. You don't even take the fucking male PT test, nigga. Take the male PT test, nigga. Make the standards the same, Negro. It's the reason they ain't the fucking same. Because you fucking can't do it. That's why it ain't the same. You fail out. To pass the APLT for a 19, 20-year-old, you got to run the 2 miles in a fucking 2 miles, nigga. You got to run the 2 miles in 12 minutes and 38 seconds. That's the 13 minutes to pass it. 13:48, I think.
A mile?
You know how hard it is for 2 miles. You know how hard it is for a damn woman to run a fucking 13:48 2 mile, nigga? Hard. And I'm talking about motherfuckers that's in shape that run every day. You see women jogging and shit all the time. Time that mother. Tell her to go run 2 fucking miles. If she do 15:40, she doing good. When a slow dude will run a 13:48.
Damn.
Hell, when I was doing 10:30. My roommate was doing 9:47. But he's an anomaly because he ran the marathons. That nigga would run 10 miles on his own. He liked to run. That's his thing. We not like that. And then the mindset. Like, could you train her to do that? Yeah, it's possible.
Other than physically, women not different from men. I'm assuming that's what you meant.
I think we're very different. Even when we hear like different sayings, like when a man buys a house and he has a good job, he has a car, he's doing well. Even we hear the stories about him thinking, oh, well, it's time for me to fill this house. Fill the house that he bought with a woman, with a wife and children. I think we've all heard that. And it's kind of generally known, I believe. When a woman buys a house and she has her own car and she has money, she thinks, well, now I need to find a man that has his own house and his own car.
Exactly.
It's mine. Even that way we think differently. We never hear women say, oh, I need to find a husband to fill my house. No.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hear that shit because we don't think the same.
We're different. We're different mentally. Like, we don't even make the same sex hormone. Like, yeah, that's going back to physically, but the way that we produce that hormone means that we behave differently. It's just everything shifts. Like, physically there's a big difference, but it's how our mind works as well. The things that make a woman happy don't make a man happy. The men don't even like talking about their feelings, but women do. That's why most people that go to see therapists are women, because they get to rant and complain for an hour. Men don't. They don't do that. It doesn't make them feel good. Like, even something like that is so incredibly different. We are different, and it's
interesting.
To say
wait. Sorry, I got a question for you then. What about couples counseling? Would that be just a different sector of it then?
What do you mean?
Approach it. If you ask a woman, you would ask a woman, how does she feel? You would ask the man, what does he think about that? Right. So
that's exactly how they set the questions up. They ask the woman, how do you feel about what he just said? What do you think about her response? And that's exactly the way the questioning goes. We learn that in motivational interviews. Because let me tell you something. Just because you don't see it coming from the APA, that shit is out there. The information is out there, bro. This is no different. Them motherfuckers know that there are differences within the fucking genders. They know it is. But ain't nobody if you a scholar, you'll find it. But if you're not a scholar, then you have no need to look for it. So they just don't place it on the stage. Why do you think in the fucking research they have nominal variables such as fucking gender, age? Huh? Why do you think that is? Because the differences there's differences. The 18 to 25 is going to be different than the 35 to 45 and the 55 and 65. And then the male is going to be different than the damn females. That's why they want to see what the results are. And the results be different. The results be different. Isn't some literature out there saying that there's only a slight difference between man and woman? Yeah, because you get some slick mouth ass woman, right, who is a scientist and a researcher, and she manipulates the fucking findings, and she just says that in her discussion. But then you get somebody who come behind her and just really show, like, there's a big difference here. Like, you can't say a 35% difference is fucking similar. That's a huge difference. 35%, that's a lot. There's a big difference between men and women. The essence of a man is far different than the essence of a woman.
Let's wait for Chris to get back. But yeah, I definitely think unique. I don't know. We can't agree on this one. There's just men we literally hear different things, which segues onto the next point. I want you guys to do a quick reaction to this. Fair use. This real quick.
Just like you. So with that being said, we can still always be friends. I will always be here for you. I'm only one call away. But relationship-wise, I'm done. I'm sorry. I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is.
Ms. Richardson, here's why I asked you to hear that. Mrs. Richardson, see, he want to be an active food. No. Oh, no. Ms. Richardson, look at me. Before, when he said a couple things, remember I asked you, did you hear him? Mm-hmm. He said that he don't want you 19 different ways. He said it when he didn't show for the heart attack. He said when he didn't show for the gunshot. He said it twice in here when he was talking about live your best life and all that kind of stuff. He keeps saying it, and I don't think you hear it. My mother always told me, never make a man tell you he doesn't want you more than once. He done told you 19 times. And I know you're hurt. Miss Richardson, I know you're hurt, but I need you to hear that.
Yo, why is it so difficult for a woman to accept the words, I don't want you? Comment below.
I have time. I'm trying to live my best life just like you. So with that being said, we can still always be friends. I will always be here for you. I'm only one call away. But relationship-wise, I'm done. I'm sorry. Now, I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is.
Ms. Richardson, here's why I asked you to hear that. Mrs. Richardson, see, he won't be an active food. No. Oh no. Ms. Richardson, look at me. Before, when he said a couple things, remember I asked you, did you hear him? Mm-hmm. He said that he don't want you 19 different ways. He said it when he didn't show for the heart attack. He said he did when he didn't show for the gunshot. He said it twice in here when he was talking about live your best life and all that kind of stuff. He keeps saying it, and I don't think you hear it. My mother always told me never make a man tell you he doesn't want you more than once. He done told you 19 times. And I know you're hurt. Ms. Richardson, I know you're hurt, but I need you to hear that.
Yo, why is it so difficult for a woman to accept the words, I don't want you? Comment below.
Him versus her solutions. Thank you, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by. If you have time, join the chat. Click the link at the top of the chat box. But yeah, Unique, that video was a good prime example of men and women just don't be hearing the same things. Like, prime example. Like he said it, and she just didn't want to hear it. But thoughts? What do you guys think of that? Besides the gunshot, because I'm curious to find whatever this was from divorce court, because I really want to hear the whole story behind a gunshot, heart attack, all that stuff, and she's still not hearing anything that he's trying to say. Like it's kind of crazy. Only a little bit.
Well, you crazy. But it's real crazy.
Dana, your thoughts?
You what you say?
Thoughts?
Oh. So I don't know, when I look at other people's actions, I can't look at their actions and think what I would have done or how I would have handled it, because I wouldn't be in that type of situation, because that's not me. When I see situations, what I try to think is, what made that person respond like that? What did that person have to go through to get that type of reaction? Like, what's wrong with them? When I hear him talking about females not being able to accept that something is over, I don't think that that's just women. I think that's more men than women, honestly. I think so women, for a woman to act that way, she got to been in a relationship with you and had you, right? And then she don't want to let you go. A man is like that from the second that he sees you, to the point that women are losing their life just for not wanting to give a number.
That's a good point.
Like me personally, I've had to move from one city to a whole nother city because a man threatened me in my life. If he ever saw me talking to another man, he was just getting to know me. Like, we hadn't even defined who we were. But in his mind, the fact that he was interested in me gave him control of me. So I had to move. I had to move, because you're not about to threaten me and I sit here and take it lightly and be like, well, let me see. No, I'm gonna just move. So I think a woman not being able to let go in a relationship, she delusional. Like, is it not? Is it really that hard? That she's just mentally unstable at the moment?
Okay. So you find a lot more men in that situation. Okay.
What
I mean,
situation?
yeah, because I hear women more often have their lives threatened by men, random men. Random men feel the need to threaten us. Like women, I would give a man my number. Listen, okay, so when I first got married, I had lost my ring. I went to the gas station. I had lost my ring. It had been lost for almost a week. And I didn't tell my husband because I don't never wear the ring. He was already mad at me because I don't wear the ring. Like that was his thing. He was fussing at me at the moment. So I was like nervous to even tell him I had lost the ring. So I didn't tell him. So I go to the store. This man tried to get with me. And I'm like, no, I'm married. He like, but you're not married. You ain't even got on no ring. And I was just looking at him like, bro, like you don't know me. Like, I don't even understand the explosion. But I went home and told him like, hey, I lost my ring. I need a new one. Because this guy thought he was gonna try to hit me because I ain't have on no ring.
Dang.
Men are crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is more like for men. This is women don't really, because we don't really tell them we don't want you. Men stick around.
No,
we stick more than men than women.
Or if
Not
a
all.
man is gonna leave, he not gonna say he don't want you. He gonna be like, I'm about to go to the store.
I gotta go pick up a pack of cigarettes.
Don't let your man be happy and let him go to the store. Baby, you better follow him.
Yo,
I'm going too, nigga. We going to the store.
Some kids are still waiting for their dad to come back with that milk. You know,
the dad ever come back with the milk?
That's what they do. They go to the store. They're not about to tell you I don't want you.
36 years later, that dad.
Is that you, Dad? Yeah, son. It's me. I'm back with the milk.
Oh, that's so sad. Same box.
Long line. What do you guys think of? Well, I feel like everyone here on this panel actually does believe in traditional roles. Like traditional roles should be the standard, the norm.
I mean, yeah, but your audience don't believe in it. You know for a fact, Yannick don't believe in it.
I know for a fact.
I think that if everybody honestly could be with somebody that fully fit into their role, like women would naturally fit into their role because that's just what we do. We are natural followers, not natural leaders. We're natural teachers, but not leaders.
Yep.
That's when they say if you teach a woman, you teach a nation.
Yep, because she gonna teach everything you taught her.
That's what we do. We at home with your kid. You at work, I'm at home. I'm teaching your kid everything I know. They listening to me talk. They listening to how I handle business. They listening to my intonations. My kids know me so well that they can be across the room, across the house. My kids can't hear me when I'm getting off the phone. I haven't even said bye, but they know what my voice sounds like. I don't know what my voice sounds like. But they know what my voice sounds like when I'm ending a conversation. Before I say bye, they come running across the house to say goodbye because they know what I sound like. My son told my mother, I can smell when my mother is sad. I don't.
You can also feel it too. As weird as that sounds, it's just, you just know. You don't have to look at your mom. It could just tell like, all right, well, the mood just got down. Yeah.
The whole room changed.
The whole atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what that whole saying about. When mama ain't happy, the whole house sad. They mean that shit. Not so much. I mean, people use it in context like she just gonna be a bitch and fuck the whole house up, but that ain't necessarily what that means. That means if her husband got a connection to her, he gonna feel what she feels. The kids came from her, so they fucking gonna feel what she feels. That's a whole fact. You'll see the kids just huddle in on her, laying in her lap, not being bad, not doing shit. If she ain't told them nothing, they just know she ain't right. Something wrong with mama. And they just come get in the bed with her and rub on her and rub her head and do shit kids do. And they just know. And when you connected with her like that emotionally as a man, you're going to feel it too. Like, damn, she's sick. And you should respond in kind.
I think
get up and fix me some fucking food. I'm playing. I'm just joking.
I think I've always been a natural leader, even at a young age. The boys and girls would all play separately inside camp. So you were a good glue.
You was the glue, nigga.
But I think nowadays because we're so in this society where it's like men and women are equal, I think men are so busy trying to get into a rotation, to be a guy in a rotation of a woman or build his rotation, and women are trying to just compete with men on, okay, well, I could get more people than you can. And I think that's kind of what screws up each side falling. It would take the guy to be serious about one woman and take her seriously. Well, I mean, what do you think? You think it just takes that one guy to just flip the switch and say, okay, I'm just going to be serious about just this one chick and focus all my energy towards her? Is that usually all it takes?
If she likes him like that, then that would work. But not only would he have to like think that, his actions and his mindset would have to switch to that. That woman will have to be patient enough to make sure that she coaching him to remember what his goal was. You know, y'all stupid.
Big facts.
Y'all can have a complete goal in mind, but let a squirrel come past. Y'all lose
Look at
all
the
focus.
squirrel.
Y'all lose all focus. So that female got to be patient enough to remind you, like, hey, that's not
the goal.
Not how you moving over here.
Yeah, I think of guys as like giant cyclops, big, giant, strong. We can do a lot, but we're also very clumsy and like can't really. There's only a few men that can really hone everything and do everything on their own, but
they lack a lot of shit, and they're terrible to be around.
But it's hard though. Daily general life is hard for both men and women in different aspects. Like men, our day-to-day like scheduling and regimenting our life is a very hard thing. Most guys can't do that. We're too scatterbrained. Like you said, a squirrel comes by, we're ready to just kind of chase after the squirrel. So we could set something up and then completely forget about it because our boys want to go to the bar. But women can schedule a bunch of things, but they'll eventually just burn themselves out. They can't sustain that for too long.
That's why she scheduled your shit for you.
Yeah.
That's why she keep you straight. Fuck yeah, workout. Nigga, we can't do it. We start running in circles.
Oh, the
other thing. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on
that. So many women. Oh yeah, I mean, I can find a video right now of a woman trying to hit a guy with a car.
I've had that happen.
Seen some shit.
For real, I've had that happen. And then I jumped behind a pole and she hit that fucking pole. I'm like, this bitch crazy. Like she really fucking hit me.
But again, most females ain't like that. So after they ain't already had you, you can't. That little meme that be going around telling something. You told me you want to marry me. When did I tell you that? And you had my leg up. Like, listen.
Yeah. Once you give them that goddamn shaboinking and dickmatizing, boy, they get crazy as the best of boys. Oh shit! I mean, not all the time. I mean, sometimes it don't work out like that.
Yeah, you never want a crazy chick. You don't want someone crazy.
Sometimes it's like, damn, I'm glad he gone. Shit. You know, my nerves.
There was one more I wanted to watch. Get back to good old Kendra because she had a video that dropped today. I actually haven't seen this one, so this is gonna be a good reaction for all of us to watch.
Oh shit, you ain't seen it?
I haven't seen this one.
You just plug them in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's some that I go for the topic, but this is the first time that I actually haven't seen this one. So this is just gonna be an interesting one for all of us to.
It sure is. What is it about? Oh yeah, baby. Let's get into it.
Fair use. Fair use.
Hello. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay.
Okay, move back so we can see you better.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. Okay. Is that better?
Okay. Hi, wipe your screen.
Fucking hamburger grease.
Uh-oh. Hello? It's a little, you gotta wipe
Is
the
that better?
screen, boo.
She is just.
Well, you know what it is? It's the light. So can you turn around and have the light? Because it's for me, you're foggy. They might be able to see you. Okay, this is better. You want the light in your face.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, I can see you now. What's your name, baby?
Okay. My name is
This is
Kim.
perfect. Kim, where you calling us from?
Houston, Texas.
Oh, my pen isn't working. Kim, oh, here it is. Houston, Texas. Kim, how old are you?
I am 35.
35. What do you do for a living?
I am a independent dispatcher, and I also own a security company.
Independent dispatcher, and you own a security company. Kim in Houston, Texas, 35, independent dispatcher. You own a security company. You have any kids?
I do. I have 2 adopted kids.
2 adopted kids. Okay.
Yes.
How old are your 2 adopted kids?
6 and 16.
6 and 16. Okay. And what's your zodiac sign or birthday?
I am a Cancer.
This is Kim, Houston, Texas, 35. Is a Cancer. Independent dispatcher, also owns her own security company, 2 adopted children. What kind of man you looking for?
I am go-getter, most of all. Someone that's confident.
Now your phone went out.
Oh, wow. Can you hear me now?
Your phone went out. So start from the beginning. Oh, God. What kind of man you looking for?
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
I can. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I am looking for someone I'm looking for a go-getter for the most part. Someone who's confident within themselves. Someone who's very respectful. Because I'm raising a daughter and a son. So I need someone, just to come in and show that male role model. Someone that's gonna love me unconditional. Someone who's gonna genuinely love me for me. For the most part, that's about it.
That's about it. Okay. What's some deal breakers for you?
A lot of children. I don't do a lot of children. To be honest, like my 2 babies that I have now, I love them dearly, but kids are not like my cup of tea. So, but I'll accept at least one.
Okay.
I'll accept at least one. Another deal breaker for me is like cockiness. I don't like a man who's always cocky. And a man that don't bring home the money. I make my money. I like to travel. So I need a man that's gonna be able to, keep up with me. Even though I have my kids, I travel with them as well. So I need somebody who's gonna be able to keep up.
Okay, you need somebody to be able to keep up. So are you saying you don't want your own biological kids one day?
I do, just one.
Just one. So can the guy have 1 kid already?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have to be in Houston, Texas?
I prefer, but I do travel. So I travel a lot.
Okay. Do you have an appearance requirement?
I am short, so I like taller guys. I'm 5 foot.
Okay.
So
5'3"
I like
is
taller
fine
guys.
with you, right?
Say that again.
5'3" would be good.
No, I need somebody at least 5'9".
At least 5'9". You're 5 foot, you said.
Yeah.
Danielle and Chris, what do you guys think so far?
God damn.
Yeah, that's why I said Danielle and Chris. That's why I said Danielle.
You know I'm gonna let her ass have it. But go ahead, ladies. Go ahead. I'll just drink my tea. Shut up right now.
You go first, Danielle.
I think that is so nice that she adopted 2 kids. Like, where did these kids come from?
Stop the cap.
All right. Real truth.
And that's very selfless of her to make sure that she, are taking care of these 2 children who needed a parent. Like, and she just stepped up and, handled her business. I wonder if they boys or girls,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good perspective. Chris?
I thought she was doing okay until the end. Like,
she lost me at the end.
Yeah, she was doing fine. I also, when people say unconditional love, I think that's weird. Like, typically, I think that means that you don't want someone to come in and like criticize.
Tell your fat ass you want to lose weight. You need to lose weight. You need to go on the diet. I mean, that's what she wants. That's what she's saying. Please don't tell me I need to work out. Take me just as I am. I'm not going to work out.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, there's a difference between like you as a person, like your substance, and like no one should be able to change that. So if you don't think someone can change who you are, you wouldn't be looking for that in someone because it's not possible for someone to do that. But I think when people say, I think there are things about them that they know they're not as confident about, and they don't want other people to also comment on those things that they're not confident about, if that makes sense. So that lost me in the beginning, but towards the end, the whole height thing, that is just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you're 5 feet. You'll be okay with someone who's 5'3", 5'4".
Everybody taller than you.
Yeah.
Except for another midget.
Everybody.
My 8-year-old about to be taller than her.
Hell, Danielle come stand around and she'll be giving her Google eyes. I mean, shit. Be like, so you like women?
It's crazy to me.
Your hands are so soft.
I do think it's crazy though that women have like height requirements, but if a man were to say, well, I'm 5'9", but you're 150 pounds heavier than I like my women, then that would be an issue.
Oh, you best believe that's an issue.
Yeah, so.
John?
I mean, to some men, having a height requirement is offensive.
Well, yeah, it absolutely is, because weight you can change as a woman, but height a guy can't do anything about.
I think I'm gonna get in touch with that woman. It's gonna be your new stepmom.
I also don't hear, I think it hurts men's feelings, but you don't hear like a mob of men going off on women like, why is it to be that high? Why, how dare you?
That's because you're not giving nobody no height requirements, baby girl.
Huh? Me?
That's because you're not giving nobody no height
No, I'm
requirements,
saying
baby
other
girl.
people say, like, if a man tells a woman that she needs to lose weight, like the female mob will come after, like you'll see in the comments, like she'll say something.
Oh, okay. You saying like publicly like that.
Because he's too short, and she'll say you're too short, or you're not tall enough, or I need a man that's this height. You don't see a bunch of men saying, "Oh, you height shame," right? You don't hear that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point.
Because I'm like, no, because we definitely hear it.
Mm-hmm. But you hear the height shaming? Like you hear them black?
Girl, what?
I don't see it very often.
What? That's because it's not something you have to deal with.
That goes to that book.
You're like what, 5'5", 5'4", right? 5'5", right?
Who?
Chris.
I'm 5'6". Mm-hmm.
5'6". Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's above the average.
She's short.
Yeah.
Chris is short. She's vertically challenged.
Men be all type of hurt when you bring up their height.
Look at Chris.
They can't switch height. A guy cannot switch height. If you bring up something a man can't control, then it's kind of like, yo, like what the hell?
Then it's
what's she being so fucking
that
critical?
you can't control. Then you shouldn't have your feelings hurt. You should be like, you know what, baby girl, I understand that.
Yeah, but you can control that weight.
That's still not what I'm saying. I'm saying he can have his feelings hurt. The woman has her feelings hurt. The man has his feelings hurt. What I'm saying is you don't see a mob of men coming in to defend that man against women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hell no.
Public. Like,
Yeah,
people have
it's
women
more
saying,
like-
"You fat shamed her. You did this. You did that," but you don't.
Right.
That was my point. But yes, you are right. Yeah, the men. Of course, it hurts their feelings. You don't want to be rejected for that.
So?
Yeah.
I mean, as guys over 6 foot, we're gonna say so. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care. Get your little short ass on somewhere, nigga. You heard? Hey, how you doing?
That's all I care about.
As I walk up, towering over her ass and your ass. Hey, what's happening? That's what I'm talking about right there. His ass, his big tall ass, right there. Baby, you single?
Excuse me, sir. Let me step.
She
over
want
here.
her neck broke. She want to lean back like this, goddamn. Then my son come in and height shame me. He come in and put his chin on top of my fucking head and be like, "Hey, man. So what was you saying?" Nothing, man. Get the fuck away from me. Go. Ain't you got something to do?
Yeah. Get the hell off me.
Get the hell off me, you 6'8" motherfucker. I don't know where you got them genes from. Lucky DNA results came in.
She was doing good. Okay. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, John.
What? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Listen. The only thing I'm gonna say about this is men who date on the internet, when you're talking to someone, make sure you tell them to move the camera away. Not like this, over their head, but back. Way back. Matter of fact, tell her to go sit in the chair and talk to her. You want to see her pretty legs or feet. Trick her. Because she came into this motherfucker talking about some, "Can you see me? Can you see me?" And then she's like, "Can you move back a little bit?" "Okay. Can you see me now?" I mean, like, really? Yeah. She like in this motherfucking camera like this, right? And then she moved back like a half inch. And then you can't have more than 2 kids, 1 kid.
So what's the difference then? Take me as I am and unconditional love is different.
It is different. Unconditional love and take me as I am is 2 different things.
It's 2 different things. Yeah, that's what she's saying.
But that woman on the video, I know how she meant it.
She wants everything. She wants it all, without
she meant
a return.
You can't have more than 1 kid, and she wants you to accept all her love animals. That's the way it is.
That's also the point that I want
and
to
she
bring
messy.
up. That
she
Danielle
real
said.
messy. She got a messy house. I heard her crunching across that motherfucker when she was walking. I could hear the paper and shit on the floor. I'm serious. That's why she had the camera angled up as she was walking across the fucking floor. She's 5 foot fucking 50. Why are you looking at her fucking ceiling? She's 5 foot. You shouldn't be looking at her ceiling.
That's true.
You shouldn't be looking at her ceiling. You should be able to see the floor behind her a little bit. No, she angled that bitch up, and I heard her crunching across the paper and moving shit out the way. Because when she walked, go back and look in the video. She walked. She was on a straight line. She had to move around some shit, crunched on a couple of things, and then she got over in that corner where it was safe, where all you could see was the doorway and that dresser back in the back. Yeah, she messy. She lazy.
That's a
like
mind of a behavioral therapist right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm paying attention to all that shit.
We watched a 5 foot fat woman walk backwards. That's what the rest of us saw. All right, but there was a lot more context to that he saw. So that was amazing, man. Bravo to you. Kudos. But Danielle, you said it's good that she got those 2 kids that she adopted, and it's really good.
It is. Kudos. But she still
also
selfish.
said that she wants the man to come in and take the man's role and charge as the man,
like
and
most women do.
So why the hell did you get those kids? Like,
I know that I'm interested. I want to know, like, were they like your nieces and nephews?
I did
you
think
just
of that
randomly figure I don't have a man, so I'm gonna foster some kids because I was gonna foster some kids before I met my husband. You know, I was like in my late 20s. I was about to become a foster parent. So I'm just like curious, like, what happened? Like, how did you end up with these kids?
Good old kid substitute.
Okay, all right. So let's dive into this a little bit more. Fair use.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, but I don't want nobody I can see eye to eye with.
You can't see eye to eye with.
I need a man I can look up to, Kendra.
You're looking up to a person that's 5'3".
He got to be at least 5'9".
Okay, he got to be at least 5'9". What else?
I'll settle for 5'7".
You'll settle for 5'7". Okay, okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Yes. He has to make at least $200,000 a year.
I'm done. What? I'm through. I'm done.
Are you on drugs?
No. I own 2 companies, Kendra. So I make some money. So I need somebody who can keep up with me. Kendra say I'm on drugs. No. In my right mind, sane mind.
How long have you been single for?
I've been single 4 years.
How many? 4 years?
4.
4. And have you had this 200,000 requirement for 4 years?
No.
When did you make that requirement?
When I started getting my own money up. And when I started bringing home that's when I started requiring. Everything that I require is something that I can bring to the table.
So let me ask you this. Is companionship more important than the 200K? Like if you meet a guy that doesn't make, so is that a non-negotiable? The guy has to make
it's negotiable. It is. It really is. It is.
Okay.
It is. I'm not gonna say he just have to. I'll take that back. He don't just have to make at least 200K. But I can't settle for nobody making less than, like, I would say 90.
Have you? So you dated men that make both of those arrangements,
Yes.
right? So what happened with those relationships?
Well, to be honest, I haven't dated like a whole bunch of guys because I got married young. So my ex-husband and I, we built like.
You was married?
Yes.
How long was you married for?
I was married for 10 years.
And you're officially divorced?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, continue. He and your ex-husband made 200K or 90K?
Yes, he makes more than that.
So why did you guys get divorced?
Because we grew apart. We got married young, as I stated. We were in our 20s. We were like, I was 21. It was like, yeah, I was 21. So we became 2 different people. We grew together, but you know, you grow apart. It was nothing bad between us or anything like that. We just grew apart.
Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. This is Kim in Houston, Texas. 35 is a Cancer. Independent dispatcher, owns her own security company, has 2 adopted kids. What's the age range you want to date?
I like older guys, so I'll say 40, starting from 40.
40
to 50.
Can we just unpack this real quick?
I wonder who initiated the divorce.
Well, the way she's talking about it, I'm going to assume her. The fact that she's saying we were real young, we grew apart. I think usually the person that didn't initiate it will always state it right away that they didn't initiate it. But
I think he did.
Yeah?
Yep. And
Why
that's
that?
just her excuse to make herself feel better. Cause she got low self-esteem. Don't be fooled.
I thought she was just
Don't be fooled. She ain't got no high self-esteem at all. She uses money as a coping mechanism.
Mm.
Don't not be fooled. People who have low self-esteem and insecurities do a real good job hiding. He broke up with her, and he had another woman. And he told her we grew apart, and that's what she accepted. And they friends. And he probably got something to do with them businesses.
So why was I feeling like he cheated on her too?
Cause she's cheat-onable, goddamn. Ain't no way I'd be fucking faithful to her for no fucking lifetime. You crazy? No, it would not happen. I could never go out of town.
I'm sorry.
I'd have my bags packed so fast.
Cheat-onable?
Yeah.
What is cheat-onable?
Nigga, somebody you supposed to cheat on her. Like you got to. Nigga. You're not doing your due diligence, nigga. You fucked up. You fucked up. You should have never married this motherfucker, and you need to do your due diligence and cheat on her ass every chance you get. Hell yeah, nigga. Like hell no, nigga. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Man, bro, we call her. You ever heard the term wolf pussy?
Finn. What?
You ever heard of wolf pussy? Or is that a military thing?
There's definitely a military thing.
Wolf pussy, a wolf when it's in a trap will chew its own fucking paws to get free. And when you bring a bitch home, she look good under the lights in the club, but you done got her ass in a regular light now, and all of this shit done come off, and you looking at her, and y'all laid up, you was really drunk or whatever, and you look over there and she snuggled up and you want to just bite through your own arm and leave the rest of this shit around her so she don't wake up and just fucking leave out the fucking room. That's some wolf pussy. And that, my friend, is the epitome of some wolf pussy, nigga. Every night I would be looking at this bitch getting depressed and what was I fucking thinking about? Wow, I should have waited 5 more years and let her blossom into who she really is. Shit. Yeah, no.
That's big.
So hence the word cheat on them. You just got to do that. You just have to. You're never gonna get me to believe a nigga's being faithful to her. You won't get me to believe it. I'm like, yeah, nigga, really, what you doing? No, I love her. Yeah, okay. I just can't believe it. I don't believe it. Never get me to believe it. I would accuse him every day for her. Girl, you know he goddamn getting his dick sucked or something. Hit him with a pan. He's cheating. You know he out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Nigga sit in the car for an hour before he go home. Fuck!
Yeah, like,
dang!
Steering wheel.
Tonight, Thursday night, I bet she got that big ass red teddy on if she wants to fuck. Damn! Let me take these 2 Xanax, smoke some weed. Got this nigga doing drugs and everything before he come on with a big ass. My baby brought home some liquor, and he said he want me to get drunk and take advantage of me. Nah, bitch, I just want to get drunk. I'm gonna slip this Viagra in my ass so I can get hard for you. Ooh, ooh. All right, I'm done. Ain't no fucking way. Like I said, pick somebody who works for you. These high ass standards. What the fuck they finding these women at, man?
Yeah, I don't know. These are the women that call in on Kendra, and I'm always shocked when, like, almost every single woman calls in with that kind of requirement.
But when are the cute ones gonna fucking call in with those kind of requirements, man?
Every single woman does call in with those requirements. Every single one.
But here's the thing, though. I'm gonna show you how men work. If that motherfucker bad enough, that nigga will be. You gotta make how much? 100,000. What the credit score got to be? Still, I'm at 680. I can work on it. I can work on it. And she need them 6 plus. Oh, I'm already that chick. And what else? Oh, yeah, I can learn to love anybody's kids. No problem. I can give my kids, let them spend time with the baby mama. All right, no problem.
Kids,
and that motherfucker started trying to meet that goddamn list. If she bad enough, nigga goddamn be out here searching, wearing Indeed the fuck out trying to find a 6-figure job. Go back to school, do what he gotta do, you hear me? Shit. But when you look like Oompa Loompa, nigga, I'm sorry, bro. We ain't even looking for you, nigga.
Don't you
Like,
dare
they ain't looking for you, fool.
like that. That's
Say what?
offensive. That's offensive to Oompa Loompas. Don't you
That
dare.
is. I'm sorry, Oompa
There you
and
go.
Loompa. I'm so sorry, y'all. Both of y'all. I'm sorry. Because the thing about it, this is why I'm so hard on it, right? Because when I was making, as a car salesman in my younger days, making well over 200,000, right? I would go to these cocktail parties. I remember drinking a fucking nasty ass dry martini because that's just what the fuck you supposed to do. It was etiquette. And I didn't even know what the fuck a martini was. Like, I didn't even know what was in that bitch or nothing. I don't drink, right? They come with this nasty ass drink or whatever. But the point of this, you had to wear a tux. It was $500 a plate. So these are all the men in this bitch, and that's $500 a plate. So if you got somebody with you, and you were encouraged to bring a date. So that's $1,000 off the fucking rip. And then you had to wear a black tie affair. I don't have to tell you that's a fucking tuxedo. That's what the fuck that is. It's not a suit with a fucking black tie, nigga. It's a fucking bow tie and a tux. Period. They got the symphony, or like an orchestra here, all this other bullshit. Very nice place. All these men in here make at least $150,000. That's probably the lowest paid person in there. But most of them own dealerships, $1 million men. Every fucking woman in that bitch was a size motherfucking 6 or lower. Wasn't no Oompa Loompas in there?
Yeah.
Wasn't no Oompa Loompas in there, boo boo? It was one woman in there who wasn't a 6, but she was finer than a motherfucker. Nice ass, kind of tall, 5'9"-ish, 10-ish, nice, fine. She was wearing that goddamn after 5. I'm talking about ooh-wee, and I don't think she had no panties on, but I'm just saying. But the point of it wasn't no big heavy duties in this bitch. So while you got these height and weight, while you got these damn money requirements, niggas with money has got height and weight requirements. I'm serious. Men with money have height and weight requirements. I'm not joking. This is a fucking thing.
The more that paycheck.
Any woman listening, listen. You're telling yourself a fucking lie. Take it from a man who's made a lot of money, who still makes a lot of money. I'm telling you, we have height and fucking weight requirements. I'm not fixing to take you to no fucking Cabo and you look like a beached whale on the fucking beach. Not doing it. When I could go to Cabo by my fucking self and pull 25-year-olds like that. Why would I take your fat ass? Why would I? Tell me. Nigga, I'm getting a fresh ass haircut. $10,000 worth of fucking shit I'm wearing down there. Nigga, and I'm partying until I fucking want, and these motherfuckers just gonna smell that money. They gonna see money come out on the fucking beach, and here they come. So why would I take you? Why would I want to spend the rest of my life with you and you don't give a fuck about what you look like? Why? A nigga with that kind of money do not look for you. I'm not joking. You can keep talking about but there's somebody for everybody. Yeah, and your nigga make about $20,000 a year. And this is being real, bro. It's not happening. Maybe 30. Maybe 30. But he ain't up there no six deep six.
Anybody hear me?
Yep. Hear you just fine. How you doing? You hear us? Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Bueller.
I can't hear anyone right now.
You want to make sure your volume is turned up?
Or is she still listening to the podcast?
On YouTube? Quite possibly.
If she is, that's going to interfere with it.
You'll probably hear the feedback, a loop.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of
do this on your computer.
Buffering going on. I'm not sure if I'm live.
You are.
I think she's listening to it on YouTube too.
So MG, I finally figured this out and it's not working. Oh.
We can hear you though.
It's okay.
get my ass.
I hope
As soon as
they
she
get
get
this
up here, she can't wait to get up here. She's gonna lay into me. I know it. I can just feel it. But I'm not lying. I'm sorry. I'm just not lying. Y'all know I'm not lying, man. Chris, have you ever been to any functions where it was a lot of men who made a lot of money in there? Have you seen fat girls hanging around there? And you're not going to. Niggas who make a lot of money, I ain't got to settle for your fat ass at all.
Even when I see pictures of my clients, because, you know, we'll get like their license or whatever, they'll send us like, hey, you, whatever. They'll send us pictures. These are my old firm, they did. And their wives were 10 years younger than them, and size 4.
Yep. Yeah. Because you just got too many fucking options, bro. You can literally, if you was just butt fucking ugly, you could go buy a date. You could go buy a fucking date to make you feel good about yourself, take some good pictures and lie. But you could literally go, all you gotta do is find a badass bitch struggling with fucking bills, trying to play this Superman hero role, something I'm independent. My bills is almost, I'm about to lose everything, but I'm independent. And be like, look, let me catch that up for you. But I need you to attend this function with me. And here are the stipulations. I need you to show up. You're going to be my arm candy. And if anyone asks, we've been dating for about 5 months now. Nothing serious, but it may start to transition that way. Because I'm trying to make partner or whatever it is you're trying to do. And she'll be with it. She getting paid to do it. Bills getting caught up. And she's your arm candy. So why am I ever going to look for Oompa or Loompa? It's just not going to fucking happen. You better pay attention to that fucking hard-working man who's probably blue collar, who's going to be more compassionate. You know what I'm saying? And accept you just the way you are. And stop requiring fucking 200,000, 90,000. That nigga make about 45,000, 37 after taxes. And just call it a day, bro. You make enough money for him and you. So there it is.
45.
I'm sorry, boo.
I don't think women realize that what you find desirable, other women also find desirable. And
yeah.
The more successful he is, the more women are going to want him. And if you can't
compete,
it's not to say that this never happens in all of history, right? There are where fuller women are more desirable. Let's get that off the table. I know someone's going to say it. But typically, you know, these men who make that type of money, 90% of the women in your area want that same man. Can you compete with those women? Do they have traits that just, or characteristics that are just more desirable than what you have? And if that's the case, maybe that's not the race you should be running. I don't understand how it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand how it's seen as settling. I don't see it as settling. If you want a man that's going to love you unconditionally, that's really hard to do when he has 10 other women that he can just snap his fingers and they can just, and
they gonna come. See, Chris gets it. Chris gets it. Chris gets it.
Like priorities.
Chris gets it. That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you put it, but the thought process, I like sports. So I like to put it, I use sport metaphors. So it's kind of like her, this same woman, and the other one from last week, right?
Oh, yes.
They get into this race. I will not settle for less than the 5K. Okay? What have you done to prepare yourself for the 5K? Oh, I'm just going to be out here. Shit, I've watched, I have friends that have run the 5K and everything. Do you finish dead fucking last, walking, with an oxygen tank and the paramedics following you just because you got pride and you want to finish? But all these motherfucking other people passed you up. And you say, well, I'm not settling. Okay, well, I'm going to do it again. And you keep getting passed up. And this shit goes on for 4 fucking years. 4 years. And you're never finishing in the top 20. So you're never getting picked for nothing. Right? You are not willing to train you are not willing to do what it takes to be competitive. Which means, so what?
A 5K is 3 miles, correct?
5K is 3 miles. Yeah. So you're not doing what it takes. You're not training. How much more better would you be if you train and you got the time down to where it's an untimed race, but you got it to where you can run 3 miles in, let's say, 40 minutes. And you could do it. You got to where you could do it where you could keep running the whole way. You're still not finishing in the top, or maybe you just shouldn't be running in that race. But these women are not willing to make any fucking adjustments. Every kind of thing they do has nothing to do with the goal. I make $200,000 a year. I make this much money. It's like as far as it comes to that race, is I'm gonna buy me some good running shoes.
I've watched a lot of video of runners, so I know how to run.
Right. I watched 6 5K videos. I bought a pair of $500 custom-made running shoes. I stretched. And you ready for my secret weapon? You ready?
I got a finger.
I'm going to chew some minty fruit chewing gum. I heard that it fucking makes you go better and longer. I'm ready. So that's how you prepare for this fucking race. Yeah. So I've got my degrees. I've got my $200,000. I have my own home. I have 2 businesses. I'm ready to compete with the rest of the women. No, the fuck you ain't. No, the fuck you ain't. You better lose about 175 pounds. Start right there. Get that excess skin cut off and holler back.
Let's go.
You see like a pit bull in that frozen frame. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
40 to 50. So you go 40 to 50.
Yes.
Does he have to be in Houston?
Yes. I prefer, but he does not have to.
He does not have to. When was your last relationship, Kim?
It was 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Oh, you're right. You told me that. You don't got to answer this question, but when was the last time you was intimate with a guy?
It's been a long time. Like maybe a year and a half.
A year and a half. Are you waiting for a relationship?
I am. No. I take that back. No. I'm waiting for someone I can trust. For me, I have to be comfortable. I have to be able to trust you before I let my guard down. So if I feel like I can't trust you, you can't just shoot the shit with me. So if I don't trust you, then no.
Why do you think you're single, Kim? Last 2 questions.
Why do I think I'm single? Because I'm very straightforward. I don't sugarcoat anything. I know what I want, and I know what I don't want. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna run behind you. So that's why I'm single.
So you say you're very straightforward. You're not gonna sugarcoat anything. Do you also receive straightforward criticism?
I do. And I'm always open to criticism. I'm always open for correction. I'm always open, to things like that. So,
okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
A guy.
Well, your phone's going out, boo.
Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I'm loving. I'm nurturing.
Yes. So answer the question.
I'm loving. I'm nurturing. I'm a great provider. If my man fall off, I know I can pick up the slack. So I think a guy would be happy to be with me because I'll be his helpmate and not a leech.
Okay, not a leech. All right, listen, this is Kim in Houston, Texas, 35. She's a Cancer, independent dispatcher, also owns her own security company. She's 5 feet. She wants you to be at least 5'9". She will settle for 5'7". You have to make at least $200K. She will negotiate to $90K. Does the guy have to be in Houston, Texas?
He does not have to.
Okay. And then you said you're open to having a biological child.
I am.
Do you want to get married again?
I do. I still believe in love.
Okay, so
I'm not against it.
Okay. And let's do it. Give them your Instagram name, Kim.
My Instagram name is Empress Rain __.
Empress Rain _ so 2 underscores?
Yes.
So EMPRESSREIGN __.
Yes.
Okay, and there you have it. All right, Empress Rain, Kim in Houston, Texas. All right, let's do it. And fellas, if you meet her requirements, make sure you reach out to her and let's see what it does. Keep me posted, Kim.
Thank you. I will.
Right.
Thank you, Kendra.
Yo, she is good. What a catch. What a catch.
I don't think.
Yeah. I couldn't wait to take her home to mama. Get fucking shoes thrown at my ass.
I don't think she's awful. Like I think the money requirement, I don't think that fits. But like, could she carry herself better being on a public platform? 100%. But from what she said, she sounded really genuine. It was just her money requirements and like her.
It always comes down to the money requirements, though. That's really just a sad part. Like, she really didn't ask for anything too crazy. Mm-hmm. But then the whole idea that's like, yo, it circles back to the whole point. That's why women can't be bosses. Like, women aren't bosses. They're just women with money. Men make money.
Look, I wanted to say something about that. Like, so say you got
I
a
like
woman
your hair, by the way. Okay.
Who didn't mind doing all the things that you said. Did you know that still would make her a boss?
Say that again?
If a female was to do all these things financially that you were talking about, did you know that woman still would not be a boss?
Take care of everything in her house?
Yes. All the stuff that guy was complaining about on that video that a woman will do, but once she gets with the man, she won't do. Let's say we found this anomaly that was willing to do those things. She's still not a boss.
Why not?
Because she can't boss that man. That man is still, even with that woman doing all that, that man is not going to submit to her like a woman would do to a man.
And that's why this is motherfucking Danielle.
And she wouldn't want him to. Women don't like making decisions for the whole, what's crazy.
And women don't want a man who submit.
And they don't want a passive man.
At all.
So she's spend the next 10 years of her life saying, why doesn't he do it? Why won't he make any decisions? Why can't he decide? Why can't he be a man? Like, she's going to spend the next 10, 20 years of her life saying those, I'll say 10. They're going to get divorced because it's going to end with her being resentful and stressed and overwhelmed, and he's not pulling his weight. It's ridiculous. So either, it's insane to me. It doesn't make any sense. Make the same mistake over and over again, expecting different results. You're seeing all these people, their marriages are failing, where the woman was a boss chick, and she was so independent.
I don't know. I realistically don't know if she even owns her own business, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really think she does.
I mean, do it matter?
Which woman? The woman.
It would matter. It would matter to her money requirement.
I mean, but we don't know her. She said she did, so she do.
Because I know dispatchers typically work for a company. There's, I think it's
but
hard.
She said she's an independent dispatcher.
Correct, but for what? What do you dispatch?
I would imagine it's for trucks.
Really?
Yeah, that's what you dispatch.
You can be an independent dispatcher for trucks. How's that work?
I would think so. I'm not exactly sure how it worked, but that's a popular business that popped up over this COVID, and people definitely got nice lump sums of money from. You can make 6 figures off of that.
She said that she runs a security company.
A security business also. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
2 businesses.
I don't know. I still don't think she does.
I mean, because if a trucker can make 6 figures, then the person that's paying that trucker have to make that. They have to make more than that to pay the trucker, right?
Okay. So wouldn't that just be? So a dispatcher is a trucking, like they own the trucking.
They are the people who handle the logistics of the truck. some people who are dispatchers, so she's an independent dispatcher. That means she owns her company. That means either she has a contract with a trucking company and she handling their logistics through someone.
Okay.
So she's still independent. Or she could possibly own those trucks herself and she's dispatching them where they're supposed to go. It's no telling. But trucking is lucrative, my baby. We can't do nothing without them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dana, you want to answer that one?
I said women are bosses at work. You said you are a boss of men at work. Okay. I agree. You can be a boss at work.
Not at home.
No. If a woman is a boss at home, she don't have a man.
She's just a woman at home.
Listen.
She ain't no boss. She's just a woman at home. Go ahead.
You know, it's a big difference.
Good night, Unique.
Night, Unique. There's a big difference between being backed by corporate policy, the ability to fire, the ability to change someone's dynamic of their life, having that on your side, then you trying to be one-on-one with a man at home thinking he's going to submit to you. That's not going to happen. Like, it's just not. Even you can have all these rules. I have literally seen women who have these big ass lists. Then they'll meet the right guy. He's funny. The list kind of goes out the fucking window. She's already lonely because that list ain't never been met. And the motherfucker been single now for going 2.5, going almost 3 years. And dude, nice, he funny, whatever. Then she feel like once she got him, she come in and she try to start demanding something. He stand up and snap her ass real nice and put her in a place real quick, respectfully. But she realized that, God damn, that is my man. Goddamn right. And he stand up and when he do it. And she like tall niggas. So if you ever had a 6'3" motherfucker goddamn have a little attitude and snapping at your ass, and you about 5'5", 5'6", that shit don't feel good. I imagine. I don't know, because it would be me. But then you realize that I'm a whole fucking woman over here, and this nigga here, he finna get all this business tonight. Let me go take a shower. That's what a woman wants. She don't want no fucking dude. Oh, yes, honey, no problem, dear. I'm so sorry I made you mad. I'll fix it. I will fix it right now. The fuck she gonna do with that nigga? Huh? Don't no woman want no fucking man. She gonna boss around and tell what the fuck to do. So if you're a boss, so that means he your subordinate. So why don't you like that nigga? Why you be telling your girlfriend, girl, he too soft for me. He let me do whatever. Because everybody done heard that shit. You either got a girlfriend or sister, somebody in your goddamn family, or somebody you just know. You've heard a woman say, he was just too nice. He was too nice. I could run all over him. It was no challenge. You ain't built to be no fucking boss. You like it when your ass is bossed. Period.
And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are at our mark. Ooh. Any last word?
That was so.
Yeah, we are doing 2 hours. Our 2-hour show. Keeping on the time limit now.
Hey, you was doing them damn marathons for a minute, boy. I was like, shit, Clement trying to keep up with them other podcasts, like 7 hours and shit. I'm like, we had a 4.5 hour one time.
I don't know. That's not me.
The edit was a mug.
I know me. And that ain't me. So we're going to keep it our strictly 2 hours.
Uh-huh. I know you too. That's inside.
Close it out our usual style. You got Chris.
Hey everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this show. You guys can find me here on Tuesdays. My name is Chris. You can find me on YouTube as well at The Blooming Ebony, and also on Instagram at The Blooming Ebony. On your way out, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also that like button for CKQ Podcast. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
got Joan.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? You can reach me on Instagram at behavior_consultant. That's the account I'm primarily on. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the CKQ podcast. Next week, I will be in Dallas. So when we do the podcast, I will log in live from the Hilton. And I'll see you there.
And we got Danielle.
Hello. My name is Danielle. You can find me on Instagram at Fly Nurse Mom Wife, and here on Tuesdays on Instagram. What I would like to say is, ladies, we're different from men. Men, we're different from ladies. We can't be each other, and that's okay. Because we were meant to complement each other, not to compete with each other. We're meant to be a team, not opposition. So embrace your differences and find someone that has those missing pieces so that you can have a harmonious life. It's really that simple.
We got one last thing to end it off on, all right? Oh my goodness. Neither person must admit it's a team group after. We're working together. Sorry, John. It's you. I need a man to stand beside me, not confront or behind.
We all say that until we get that knock on the door at midnight. That window breaks. Who's in front? Not me.
A baby bird flies through your apartment,
So what I would say to that is every team has a captain and a coach. No team exists without those two. So even though you're teammates, someone still has to be a leader. And if you have a leader, then naturally the other people will be followers. And so when the other people are following the leader, that is submitting. Submission is not a bad thing.
Nope.
Let's not use the word submission. Let's replace submission with the word cooperation. We all cooperate with each other. He will give to make your life easier, and you will give to make his life easier. That, my friend, is submission or teamwork or cooperation, whichever word you like the best.
On that note, we are going to end it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a fantastic show. Hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this. We go live every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. At 8:30, we have our 2-hour show, 8:30 to 10:30. And that's really about it. So subscribe, and we'll catch you again next week. Peace.
If we're doing everything right, I think we should be vetting our wives, like go to their parents, go to their fathers.
They know they shouldn't have let me start speaking my mind in the booth, start speaking the truth. Might get shocked.
I think you're just saying, okay, actions have consequences, and I'm not going to support this person's actions. You don't have to cancel them and say, I hate you.
Innocent lives have to die.
I. But the whole thing is men are I also. That man was on the other side doing the exact same thing, and his decision with his eyes was to walk away.
Inside your soul.
Now we can paint the perfect picture without belittling each other, because under God's system,
we are equipped to handle that responsibility, but not every man is fit to handle that responsibility.
I done seen Flint, Michigan, and just being cities. They pissing in project buildings that got a roof that leaks, resulting in missing ceilings. Hard to sleep. Children going to schools dealing issues deep.
So I think society does make it more difficult for short men, but I don't think that it's impossible that they can find someone.
And expecting you to do your part. It ain't hard to see they trying to keep black in the back, just like Rosa Parks. Cops shooting blacks as if they get a token from God. School rob you with needed resources.
No matter how weak or
vessel and the more vulnerable
Absolutely.
vessel.
100%.
You don't look at the man like, oh, poor son, you were violated. No, you like, bro.
And nobody
shift my stick like some cars. And when you're lonely in your darkest thoughts, come, I know it's hard, but God shines his light on all. I play their part, and it's the start.
Put myself in a situation where I can only rely on a man. Like if I'm married and being a stay-at-home mom, I need to have a backup in case anything happens. I can't only rely on him. You know what I'm saying?
A flower will grow once you plant the seed inside your soul.
See, I'm a poet, and the best part of me shows